Oh, let's start the test then, please. So, can you introduce yourself to me,
My
please?
name's Quân. I am 12. I study at a secondary school, I guess,
Mhm.
and that's it.
Cool, that's fine. So, let's start then by talking about. Remember,
Okay.
let's start. It's okay. Let's start by talking off about study. So,
Mhm.
which school do you study at?
In my secondary school,
Cool. And what do you think about it? Do you enjoy it?
it's between like bad and not that bad.
Okay,
Yeah.
interesting. And if you had the option, would you prefer to, or sorry, do you prefer studying at home or do you prefer studying like in school at the library or somewhere else like that?
I prefer studying at home. I
Okay.
have more resources accessible to me. In the school library, it's just like very inconvenient. Them are mainly comics and like random what are they called again? Just random books that
Mm,
I
mm.
really don't need for my research.
Okay, interesting. And what part of the school that you go to do you like the most?
I think I like the most. I think it's gonna be the schoolyard.
Okay,
I can run around freely, and that's the thing I enjoy.
cool. And how about like something you like the least about your school?
Ooh, gotta be good. It's gotta be the bathrooms. They're moldy. They have no locks, surprisingly, and the toilet paper's all out.
Oh no.
They have a bum gun at least. That's the
Okay.
best.
Yeah, that is certainly pretty good. Okay. Let's talk about subject. Which subject is your favorite in school?
I'd say history
Hmm.
and geography, my two main interests.
Okay.
There's also maths and physics.
Okay. So
That's my two secondary ones.
okay. And like out of the four subjects you just mentioned, do you have a favorite?
Gotta be geography.
Okay. And what makes geography your favorite? It can be like the teacher or like the curriculum or another
I
reason.
just can learn about other countries, and that's what I like most. I just want to remember the names of the countries. I want to remember the name of cities, and I
Hmm.
can tell where attacks are and stuff.
Okay. Cool. And this is a slightly more like open-ended question
Hmm.
here. To you as a person, which is more important, having a good teacher or having like good peers in your class?
I'd say just a good teacher that can relay the information in the best way possible.
Mm-hmm.
You have a good peers, they can be lazy,
Mm, mm,
and
mm.
they won't tell you at all times unless they get something out of it. So
Okay.
that's basic human psychology.
Okay. Interesting. And for school purposes now, how much time do you spend studying every week? This is like in class and out of class. How much of your week?
Uh, for summer, I spend like literally maybe 10 hours at most. In school, probably like half a day
Okay,
or more.
so wow. Okay, so pretty intense then. And how do you get to school when you go there in the morning?
I walk to school. It's like 300 meters away, not
Okay, so
that
it's
far.
close. Okay. And do you prefer studying in like the morning, the afternoon, the evening, or a different time?
I prefer to study in the afternoon because mainly I can have a bridge between waking up and then having to go to school,
Hmm.
and then I can have a bridge between waking up, doing homework, and then going to school.
Okay, nice. And yeah, okay, cool. I think that will do.
Okay.
That'll be enough for the intro ones here. So I'm going to give you another part. I'm going to give you another part one on here. So you mentioned before you live in Koze, is that
Yep,
right?
yep,
Yeah.
yep, yep.
How would you describe the roads and the streets in Koze?
Ooh, okay. So the alleyway streets they've been very rough. They're like just been filled out like last year. It's very comfortable now, but earlier on that it's very rough.
Hmm.
And and the road leading to my house is still pretty rough. Like there's still random patches that are moving up from the ground, and there's still like there's like uh the sewer the sewer caps thing.
Yeah,
Yeah, the sewer plates. Yeah, they're still popping up.
I see. And how about like road infrastructure? Do you think Koze has like good road infrastructure or?
I'd say it's not that bad. Not the best either.
Okay, so in the middle. Okay. How about like Hanoi generally? What do you think of the condition of the roads generally in Hanoi?
Pretty rough, I'd say, because the roads are like sometimes they're smooth and sometimes they're just like really rocky.
Ah, okay, okay. And what kind of infrastructure improvements do you think Hanoi needs the most?
Um, Urban area infrastructure just mainly just like have space for more buildings
Mm,
and just not have those like metal roof buildings, metal
oh,
sheet roofs. Yeah.
okay. Why do you think they should get rid of the metal sheet roof buildings?
They just look bad. It
Oh,
gives a bad look to the city. I don't know why else you would remove it.
okay, cool. Right then, we're going to move on to part two of the test here then. So let me just have a look. Your one is by here. So got your pencil by here. I'm just going to set up my timer. You'll need to just put your paper by here because I don't want you to see the part three.
Okay.
Yeah, so your questions are describe a place you would like to know, like to learn more about the culture there. And like I say, where it is, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so just give me 1 second. I'm going to set up your timer. You've got a minute to get ready, okay? Off you go. Okay, right then. So your time is up. Okay. So whenever you're ready, tell me about a place you'd like to learn more about, please.
Um, Siberia, right? In Russia, it's cold. It's very cold there. And I think, if I recall correctly, it went down to mm, negative 53 degrees Celsius. I do not know how they survive there. That's why I'm curious about it. It's like how they drink, how they eat. Because there's a dude who made a documentary on Siberia, and he practically refrigerate meat in the in the like, roads and stuff. And there are people hanging meat outside in the windows, so for it to cool down.
Mm.
You and wet clothes cannot be hanged outside, so it's how they survive there that piques my curiosity. They also have unique food. They eat fish mainly and frozen fish mainly. I do not know how they keep warm or how they drink because drinks can freeze, especially at that temperature.
Mm.
Uh, so and also how their clothes will get washed because and dried up because the the cold just freezes the clothes when they contact the water immediately. And one thing, you can turn a piece of cloth into a sleigh by pouring water on it.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Nice. Sure. And can you just pass me my yeah. Thank you. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
So, I'm gonna move then on to the last part then, part three. So, um, how do you think the internet affects culture? Like generally now, how do you think the internet affects culture?
It has a pretty severe effect. I know it can like change a lot of people's ability to learn about the past.
Mm.
Especially my sister, she does not want to learn history at all for some reason,
Mm.
which I think it's odd because most people would love to learn about Vietnam's history
Mm.
because it's unique. We have a lot of wars and stuff, so it's exciting.
Mm.
And the internet can also change a lot of culture because westernization, you know that. The main people who use the internet the Americans, the Europeans, the Australians, blah blah blah. They kind of uh, influence the Asian culture now and the African culture. So everybody starts following the culture. You have like pop music. They migrated over to Asia now. We have pop all over Asia, V-pop, K-pop, J-pop, all of that stuff. And mainly it's the influence that kind of breaks the culture of every other country.
Okay, and do you think that it's a negative effect on the culture, or do you think it's kind of neutral or positive?
It could be neutral because there are a lot of bad things in our culture maybe. There are things like this thing we call, it's really weird, and bear with me here, kidnapping wives.
Okay.
It's there's this thing where we just in the olden times we just picked up a girl and brought her back to our house and she has no resistance at all.
To marry you. Okay, and so you think that the internet is kind of leading to these practices to finish?
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. And again, you've kind of touched on this earlier. Do you think young people in Vietnam are interested in their own country's history, like generally Vietnamese people?
Yeah, I believe so, because we have a wide history of wars, and to learn about wars is really exciting. You get to learn about the maps, how we've changed through the history, how we've defended against so many superpowers in the history of the world. It's kind of surprising to see people not learn history nowadays.
And do you think that Vietnamese culture will continue to be kind of westernized into the future, or do you think that it will kind of maintain its own identity?
I believe part of it, so it would westernize. We are like the practice of dyeing your teeth is already fading away. It's like almost gone at this point. There are only so few grandmas in the world who are still willing, who in Vietnam are still willing to do this. And I mean, Tet will still be the same because it's so popular. Chung cakes will still be the same. Yeah.
Okay, cool, fantastic. That is the end of the test. Well done, good.